Hey everybody, it's Darrell with the Back 40 broadcast. Wow, we've got some really bad color today. I don't know what's going on there. Huh. Okay, maybe let's see. Well, a little bit better. I just look a little foggy today, but I don't feel foggy. Anyhow, welcome to the Back 40 broadcast, where every week we meet you right where you are with our commitment that you create your second half of life as your best half. That's what we're committed to here at the Back 40. Our movement, our philosophy is based on two premises: that, as Frank Sinatra sings, the best is yet to come, and babe, won't it be fine? And our absolute conviction that you have yet to do what you came here to do, and we have yet to do what we came here to do. And together, we believe we can all do that. So please visit us at theback40.com. Check out our blog. Lots of great information there. Check out our programs. Check us out. We have a new meetup group starting here in Los Angeles as well, just for people to start getting together and creating our second half as our best half together. Anyhow, so first off, thanks for being here, and join us every Wednesday. We're always here. If you get our newsletter that comes out a couple hours before the broadcast, you'll have a little clue as to what we're going to be talking about today. But first off, just happy holidays. It's real busy right now. Lots going on, right? So if you're here with us today, we appreciate you tuning in. We want to give you a nugget or a nudge, as we do every week, to empower you in, as we said, creating your second half as your best half, and especially during this holiday time, because the holidays can have lots happening around it. And if you, what we're going to be exploring today is joy, and creating a new relationship with joy outside of perhaps the default that we were given, or that we grew up with, or never really rethought as we moved through our first half of life into our second half of life. And there's certain routines, and there's certain things that happen during the holidays that we believe that in our second half, we rethink and relook at what joy really is beyond maybe routines and patterns. So one thing I want to just share with you first, it looks like we have a little delay going on today, but I'm just going to keep moving forward. As we do here in the Back 40, we believe we keep playing first and just going for it, we learn as we go. So no mistakes are ever made. Anyhow, great quote there by I guess it's actually a Danish priest. He wrote a lot of books in the 70s and 80s. He was very into psychology and just really exploring what joy is. So today we want to talk a little bit about joy research. Real quick, if you are tuning in for the first time to our broadcast, or if you've been here before and you've never been able to catch these links real quick, I'll just give you a moment. We have two ebooks on Kindle: Birth of the Back 40, which gives the whole story of what brought this insight and this movement and this message about. And also another ebook called Crisis or Opportunity, which outlines and shows 7 stories, 7 people who kind of came upon midlife, whether it be in their career or in life in general, and really took on this whole Back 40 idea of creating something brand new. Just they have yet to do what they came here to do. We believe that's the same for you. You can also go to back40.com and grab our top 10 tips for a radical second half, as well as sign up, as I said, to get our weekly Jolt Note. So let's talk a little bit about, and again, that quote about joy. Let's talk a little bit about, joy and how we relate to it in the holidays. There are certain routines, and we all love routines. And that's, you hear the songs on the radio, home for the holidays, right? we all like that comfort of doing things the same way or being in that same place. Basically, humans hate change, right? And as we move into our second half, there's, things do change, and that just routine of the kids being around could be different because now they're off to college or now they're off doing their thing. If we even look on the other side, parents may not be with us anymore, or, loved ones that we've been with. And so sometimes there might be this idea that, oh, well, the holidays have to fit a certain pictures or should look a certain way. And what we offer here in terms of a Back 40 perspective is that, well, maybe we just need to reinvent. Rather than focus on the past or what it has been in the past or the way it's been done in the past, maybe it's time to reinvent what joy is. And rather than if we have lost a loved one or if the kids are gone now, and it's like, what is a new way to find joy or create joy? Now, there's a lot of people out there right now that are just totally tickled and they're caught up in the whole spirit of the season, and some of that might be non-thought as well. And so we're just going to explore the idea of joy research. What if we didn't already know what it is, and we were going to explore and discover for ourselves what joy is during this season? So a couple thoughts to consider in this regard. There's so much out there that tells us what the pictures of joy look like. What is, Elvis sings that every day could be just like, and again, we're talking about, he says Christmas, you might be celebrating Kwanzaa, you might be celebrating Hanukkah. This is, from what I understand, one of the 2 times every 100 years where Hanukkah and Christmas fall right on top of each other. You might be celebrating, Kwanzaa, whatever your thing is. But there's pictures of what that should look like. And, we can get caught up in the mass view of what it should look like. And if we're not feeling that, we could be separate or feel separate from what's going on. And so that's where we want to look to see, oh, well, where can we find our experience of joy, right now? So, if we were to step back from the machine of the season and all that we're doing to wrap up 2016, and many of you may be planning 2017, and there's a whole lot of organization going on, and just take a moment to check in with your experience. Are you comparing this season to some other? Again, people may be going, this is one of the toughest times during the year where people reflect back on those that they've lost. And, I can't say that I, even can come close to understanding that experience. So not speaking over it, and what might be a new way or something new to focus on, or a new access to joy this year. Do you feel separate in some way, during the season? I have friends who are single, and they probably wish they were with someone during this holiday, and they can compare. And of course, compare and despair is what we're always told, right? And yet we do it. Is there some way that you feel separate, or from the way it's supposed to look, from the way the season is supposed to be? Or are you just doing the same old routine? Like I said, a lot of folks may be out there just, living it up. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's awesome. We're just offering that in the Back 40, there may be, in this second half, there may be new perceptions or new ways to look and find joy, no matter what your particular experience. And in a moment, I'm going to have today's broadcast be a little bit longer, because I'm going to play our regular music from Paul Hoffman, which really speaks to what the Back 40 is all about. But I'm going to scroll through some different quotes so that you may find a quote in there. These are, good thoughts from quality thinkers about joy. And so you might find a quote in there that you can grab onto during this season to reinvent and discover for yourself your joy, what your joy is in this season. So we always like to give a little bit of homework for the week. And so this week's Back 40 play game is, my first line didn't show up there. Well, you always do want to get a buddy anyhow, because you can never get out of your own mind on your own. You're stuck in your own head. So you always want to have a buddy in life in general, definitely when you're taking on homework or taking on big projects. There's the first line. Step back from the machine of the season and the wrapping of 2016. Get a buddy and share with your buddy where joy could be reinvented newly for you this year. So if things are challenging right now, last week I wrote a blog post and sent out a jolt note, Back 40 Inspiration, called Seasonal Milk. And basically what I was saying is this is the time of the year when the world most comes close to being, in oneness, comes closest to being in joy and givingness and contribution. And so if there is a time of the year to milk for all the joy nuts that you can put together like a squirrel gathering nuts, for the winter, this would be the time to do it. So where could you go out right now? And I'm going to give you quotes in a moment where you may be inspired in a particular way, no matter what your current situation, to go reinvent joy for yourself. So choose one new game or perception that you'll play with for a new cut at joy during this holiday season. Follow up with your buddy and share what you see. And if you'd like, post what you see on the Facebook community, facebook.com/the Back 40. Next week, we're actually going to attempt, we just play first here in the Back 40, and we see how things turn out. We're going to attempt to do this broadcast at the same time we're doing it on Facebook Live. So ideally, we'll be able to be right there in front of all of our folks that are participating on our Back 40 Facebook page. Anyhow, so let's, I want to keep it a little bit short today because I do want to give you some time to really soak up these quotes. And as I said, look to see for yourself, where can you reinvent and where can you find joy in a new way, outside of old routine, outside of the way it was given. See, part of what we believe here in the Back 40 is that the second half is the best half, and we have yet to do what we came here to do, and therefore it does require thinking differently, doing things differently. Rather than thinking that the first half was our best holidays or our, best creativity, ingenuity, all of that, we really are all about, rather than, society says we kind of go up and then we go down and out, with life, we're really about up and out. And so rethinking, thinking things newly, that's what we encourage. So I'm going to start the music here. I'm going to scroll through some quotes and see if you can find one that you can grab onto to reinvent your experience of joy this holiday season. And we just wish you the absolute best of these holidays, however you experience joy in these holidays. And we look forward to playing with you in the new year. Keep coming back every Wednesday and live radically.